Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us as we take our first real look at Queen's birthday weekend. Here's the current animated map. This is for Tuesday, obviously, and you can see a cold front coming through. There's a bit of rain attached with that, which you'll be able to see in a moment. You can see it's a little bit windy through Cook Strait, but many other areas aren't too bad. The winds aren't really going to be a significant feature with this front, and neither is the front. It's falling apart as it runs into higher pressure, which is just to the north there. So this is how we look for tonight. 9 p.m. Tuesday, you can see that cold front coming through, the northerlies ahead of it, and then the south to southwest winds that come in behind it. Most of the wet stuff will just be western and northern areas for a time this evening, and then it clears away fairly quickly. This is lunchtime Wednesday. That's the leftovers of the front with a few showers for northern New Zealand with that southwesterly flow. Pretty much calm around the South Island, light winds there and a bit of high pressure, but also there's a new low coming through, and this is really the feature as we head in towards Queen's birthday. Here we are on Thursday, June 1st. Obviously that's Gypsy Day for the share milkers, the dairy industry, a lot of people moving farms and livestock. There are some showers coming through here with the southwesterly around the Auckland area, maybe one or two coastal showers elsewhere. Otherwise, June 1st is actually looking pretty settled across New Zealand, and of course it's the first day of winter on the meteorological calendar. Now let's go on towards the long weekend, and we kick off with Friday and this big low coming in from Australia or the Tasman Sea area. But as I said yesterday, big doesn't always mean bad, and so this just means the larger it is, the longer it's going to linger around the weekend. But to some degree, it's basically leapfrogging around the North Island. If you track the centre of it and you watch where that goes over the next few days, you'll get what I mean. But there's a separate rain band here. This will be coming through on Friday with patchy rain and northeasterly winds for the North Island, and the South Island mostly dry, maybe a bit of drizzle or some light showers in the northeastern corner. Otherwise, you've got a dry start to the long weekend. Lunchtime Saturday now, and the South Island's mostly settled. It's a bit colder. Around Friday and into Saturday, you are going to notice a colder change sweeping through, but it's mostly dry. The North Island, you've got windy easterlies or southeasterlies, depending on where you are. They might even be a little bit more northeast. But the centre of the low, as I just said before, it's kind of leapfrogging and sort of jumping up and around us. So the bulk of the wind and rain around the centre there, remaining just to the north of New Zealand, at least based on the current modelling. We'll obviously be updating you as we go through the next few days and we start to fine-tune this, because it's a messy forecast with some rain, especially on the eastern side and up here around the north of Northland, but many other areas easterlies are pretty sunny and dry, so there might be a few spits or a couple of showers, but many places there, based on this map, actually look fairly dry on Saturday. Sunday, again, the rain looks focused around the eastern side, the centre of that low up to our northeast now, and southeasterlies blowing through. That's usually a sunny, dry direction for many places like Waikato and Auckland and Taranaki, but there are rain or showers lingering on Sunday in these eastern areas, and maybe even one or two light showers around the east coast of the South Island as a colder, much colder southerly wind is blowing there. In fact, that blue line you see really does indicate things are much colder but still fairly dry on Sunday. And finally we end on Queen's birthday Monday, and all that rubbish left over from that low now dropping away from us. So it really did sort of jump around us and then fall away to the east. That's the current modelling. Of course, things might chop and change a wee bit over the next couple of days, so we're certainly going to fine-tune that. But I think there's a fair bit of the country that is in for a dry weekend, but we will be monitoring that low as it tracks around the north of the North Island and then the east of the North Island. There might be a little bit of rain around that. So we'll fine-tune you as we go through the next couple of days. Our next update will be on Wednesday morning.